that is useful to the industry. I request Mr. Rahul to please come out to the stage and then explain about the Bharat Cloud.
Hi, very good evening to everyone. Thank you, madam. Thank you for this opportunity. I think it's a great honor to be here. FTCCI is more than 107 years old organization, and me being here representing Bharat Cloud, which is built in India. You know, it's a fortunately, unfortunately, the situation today, we all talk about generative AI, we talk about chat GPT. I don't know how many of us are really using the chat GPTs and the generative AIs and the latest technologies. But the reality on the ground, if you look at, more than, I think 50% of the hands were not raised. Why? Why is this gap? Whether the international companies are not doing enough, or the government is not doing enough, or where is the gap? That's exactly why people like us who are happily settled in our jobs, I was working with IBM before starting this, we came out of our good paying jobs only to cater and do more service to an industry which is not starting their journey. See, what is the problem today? You look at a kid, I'm sure all of us have experienced this. First time sending a school kid to a nursery school. Nursery भेजना कितना difficult है, it is absolutely a big challenge early in the morning for the parents. We as cloud guys are facing the reality of the same thing. What a nursery kid is experiencing, any company which is legacy is not starting the cloud journey. The reasons we all know. Where will the data sit? Is the security managed? Are my backups being maintained? How secured are you guys? Now, these are all the things which Bharat Cloud takes into consideration, and we built a package for you. Today's time, cyber security, I'm sure cyber threats, these are some common words. Some of you would have already lost some money, a lot of cyber problems would have happened. And data today is exploding at an exponential rate. What do we do? Data is exploding. Where do we keep the data? And security is a problem. What do we do with, how do I secure myself? See, whenever we are trying to go out of our house, there are minimum 2 locks most of us put, especially if you are in an independent house. You put a lock to your front door and you put a lock to your main door. But is the same thing considered whenever you are, if you are a business owner today, do you really keep that kind of security for your data? I'm not sure how many of you even have a basic security in place. Do you have backup policies in place? That's where exactly Bharat Cloud comes into the picture. And what we do, Bharat Cloud, today we are trying to build vertical clouds. I think I don't want to talk too much technical, though we are a technical company. We believe that cloud journey has to be simplified. So how do we simplify the cloud journey is, if any organization wants to start their cloud journey, we come, we do a basic research, we identify the whole gaps, we build a product for you and we onboard you. The whole product is having a backup in place, cyber security is taken care, and your journey is absolutely what you are supposed to do in your business. Your core business is what we want you to do. Your IT today can be handled by Bharat Cloud. We are an Indian born, Hyderabad born company, especially for the mid segment and the segment which has not started their journey. In today's time, we have built, we are participating in today Republic TV. There is an award category which we are participating. We were nominated there for the AI category. We are very proud of that. And India, fortunately, unfortunately, trust is a factor which difficulty is there, but we are being recognized. Nationally, we are being recognized. Though we are just a 3-year-old company, we won an award recently in Bangalore for the best cloud project of the year. Thanks to FTCCI, thanks to Mr. Pankaj, Mr. Mohan Raidu Garu and team for allowing us to sponsor the digital transformation journey. The digital transformation today is a very, sometimes it's like a fancy word, but in reality, if you don't transform, if you don't change to the changing times, you will be either routed off the business or you will stay where you are. You will be having cyber attacks, you will have so many opportunities lost globally. it's very, very important for every organization at whatever level. It could be an entry level, it could be a mid level, or it could be established level. You need to transform and you need to start your cloud journey. It could be cloud or whatever technology is apt for your industry, you need to adopt. So that is where Bharat Cloud plays a very big role. We come sit with you. The commitment for Bharat Cloud and FTCCI is we would want to volunteer and participate in doing a free, absolutely we will not charge. We will do a free counseling or a free, we spend time in your IT landscape, IT journey. We would want to be part of it and try to help you start the journey. It is not a transaction. Please understand, buying small hardware is not digital transformation. Digital transformation is a journey. In today's time, if you go to Subway restaurant, you see that they'll ask you what type of bread you want, what sauces you want. But what do we know? We all know that South Indian thali, North Indian thali is easily understood by Indians, and especially this part of the country. So we want to make technology in such a way that it can be consumed easily. So that is our commitment, and we have taken a pledge to help Indian companies, and we want to collaborate. See, we don't want to say that, okay, international companies are the only companies which can come and cater, but we Indian companies are equally good. Today you see so many startups, so many technologies. You look at everywhere, it is all about our companies, Indian companies are coming forward. So please, I would request each one of us to take a pledge and ensure that we help each other and we collaborate and make the nation great. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity.
He is from Tickets 99 Events Management Company based out of Madhapur.
Thanks to FTCCI for giving this opportunity. How can we miss talking about ourselves in this event? So we are Event Titans. We are based out of Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We launched in India as Tickets 99. We do, what Book My Show and also Insider does is 5% of our business. We do not just the event management software, but also venue management as well. We onboarded Swarnagiri temple, if you are familiar with that temple, with 15 lakhs of visitors going on every day, completely automated their visitors management, tickets management, and also donor management. Also, Birds of Paradise and Daisy Dale Farm Park as well for their entry management. So this year we are focusing on completely digitalizing the table booking and also tickets for clubs. So so that you don't have to know somebody at the clubs, but you can go on to our Tickets 99. We are calling it as Tables 99, and you can book the tickets for the clubs and all as well. So in the same way, in the corporate sector, any small 100 people to up to 90,000 attendees, we can do the end-to-end management of the event as well. So we are 1 year in India, 5 years in the globally. Thanks to everyone for this opportunity in introducing about ourselves. Thank you.
I think this is a good thing. We just heard Bharat Cloud talk about their innovation journey and Tickets 99 talk about their company. I would probably take this opportunity to introduce myself and the team that I represent in FTCCI. I'm Pankaj Diwan, co-chair of ICT committee in FTCCI, and I would like to request Mr. Mohan Raidu, who's the chair of ICT committee, Bala, who's another co-chair, and Manish Gupta, who's also a member of the ICT committee, to come here, and probably will entertain you for some time. FTCCI, which is a body which represents the industry at large, right? We have more than 18 committees in FTCCI for various segments, from taxation to, I think, women empowerment to ESG, and taxation and all kinds of things. In that, one of the committees is ICT committee, which is essentially about information technology, information communication technology.
Bharat has put this target, or the Niti Aayog has put this target as, any guesses? Any guesses? Sorry, no. By 2047, there is a target. I want the the economy size. What size should be our economy? I hear 10, 15. All right, let me ask you a question before that. Why 2047? You guys can answer. Sorry? 100 years of independence, exactly. So, this movement of 24 is as important as 1947, right? Why? Because we are going to reach a target. You guys said 10, you guys said 15, I heard 12. Don't Google and tell me, please. All right, okay. I thought it's a good enough time to give you to Google as well. It's $27 trillion if I'm not wrong, right? So 27, no, sorry, it's 30. You're absolutely right. So the gap between 30 and 4 is how much? 20? 26. And how many years? 23 years, which means what? Which means very simple mathematics. We have to add a delta of
1 trillion per year.
1 trillion per year, and that's it. Yeah, so what we have been doing for last 25 years to add $1 trillion to our economy, we have been given only 1 year to do that. What is the biggest problem in this is the skill gap, the talent paradox. And if you look at, while I part of the ICT committee, but if you look at it, IT has not contributed to more than 5% of the India GDP ever. Now that's very small number. So if you take the same ratio in the next 23 years, we will add only 5% of the 26 trillion, which is roughly about $2 to $3 trillion, right? Not more than that.
Without much delay, we will start the program. I request our chief guest, Sri Dutilla Sridhar Babu Garu, Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, IT, E&C and Legislative Affairs, Sri D. Mallu Ravi Garu, Dr. Mallu Ravi Garu, Member of Parliament, our office bearers, Sri Meela Jaydev, President, Sri Suresh Kumar Singhal, Senior Vice President, and Sri R. Ravi Kumar, Vice President, Chairman of Awards Committee, Sri Karnendra Jasti, to please come on to the dais and light the lamp for a ceremonious starting of the ceremony. Request our President to please present the plant to our guests and welcome them, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request our President, Mr. Meela Jaydev, to give the welcome address.
Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce and Electronics and Communications, Sridhar Babu Garki, Honorable Member Parliament, Sri Mallu Ravi Garki, colleagues Suresh Kumar Singhal, Senior Vice President, and Ravi Kumar, Vice President, and special thanks to Karnendra Jasti, past President and Chairman of Awards Committee, our esteemed past Presidents and Managing Committee members, our esteemed jury members, Chella Kodandaram Garu, retired judge, and Gopalakrishna, IAS retired, and IIT from Hyderabad is a director. FTCC ఎక్సలెన్స్ అవార్డ్స్ వేడుకకు విచ్చేసిన అందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక స్వాగతం. మరియు అవార్డులు ఇవ్వడానికి అంగీకరించినందుకు గౌరవనీయులైన రాష్ట్ర మంత్రులు శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారికి హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు. అలాగనే మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పార్లమెంట్ మల్లు రవి గారికి కూడా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు అండ్ కృతజ్ఞతలు. సరే, ఈ వేడుకకు మీరు రావటం మాకు ఎంతో గర్వకారణం. మీ ప్రజెన్స్ వల్ల మేము చాలా గౌరవించబడ్డాము. మరియు ఇండస్ట్రీకు మీ మద్దతు చూపినందుకు మాకు చాలా చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు. ఎఫ్టిసిసిఐ అప్పటి పాతది ఫ్యాప్సీ ఎక్సలెన్స్ అవార్డు 1974లో మా ఫ్లాగర్షిప్లో వార్షిక ఈవెంట్గా ప్రారంభించబడ్డాయి. మరియు విజేతలను ఎంపిక చేయడంలో పారదర్శకత మరియు ఖచ్చితత్వం కోసము అవార్డులు అత్యంత గౌరవనీయమైనవిగా పరిగణించబడతాయి. సార్, ఎఫ్టిసిసిఐ ఒక శతాబ్దానికి పైగా వారసత్వానికి కలిగి ఉన్నది. దాదాపు 107 ఇయర్స్ అయిపోయిందండి. అనేక మంది ప్రముఖులు మరియు గౌరవనీయులైన పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు, నిపుణులు ఫెడరేషన్కు నాయకత్వం వహించారు మరియు రాష్ట్ర పారిశ్రామిక అభివృద్ధికి అపారంగా సహకరించారు. మేము మా పూర్వీకులు నిర్దేశించిన అడుగుజాడలు అనుసరిస్తున్నాము మరియు రాష్ట్రంలో వ్యాపార వాతావరణాన్ని మెరుగుపరచడానికి ఎల్లప్పుడూ కృషి చేస్తున్నాము. ఎఫ్టిసిసిఐ యొక్క ప్రతినిధులు, పరిశ్రమలు, వాణిజ్య శాఖ, ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ రెగ్యులేటరీ కమిషన్
మినిమం వేజెస్ అడ్వైజరీ బోర్డ్, ఐటీ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, వాణిజ్య పన్నుల శాఖ మొదట రాష్ట్ర స్థాయి కమిటీల్లో మరియు ఇవి అన్ని రాష్ట్ర స్థాయి కమిటీ మరియు ఆదాయ పన్ను, ఈపీఎఫ్ఓ, ఈఎస్ఐ వంటి కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వ సంస్థల్లో కూడా ఉన్నారు. ఈ కమిటీల్లో మేము ఉంటూ మరియు బయట నుండి కూడా రాష్ట్రంలో పారిశ్రామిక రంగంని బలోపేతం చేయడానికి పరిశ్రమలకు అనుకూలమైన విధానం రూపకల్పనలో ప్రభుత్వ కార్యక్రమాలను మేము మద్దతు ఇస్తున్నాము. గౌరవనీయమైన ఎఫ్టీసీసీ అవార్డ్స్ 21 కేటగిరీ విభాగాల్లో ఇవ్వబడ్డాయి మరియు వివిధ విభాగాల్లో అవార్డు విజేతలను నేను చాలా అభినందనిస్తున్నాను. ఈ అవార్డులు వారి వ్యాపారానికి విజయవంతం చేయటంలో మరియు మార్కెట్లో విజేతలుగా నిలబడటంలో వారి కృషి మరింత నిబద్ధతకు ఎవరికైతే అవార్డ్స్ కూడా రాలేదో వారు మళ్ళీ రెండవసారి కూడా మళ్ళీ ప్రయత్నం చేయొచ్చు. వారికి రాలేదని నిరాశ పొందొద్దు. స్టేట్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా గత సంవత్సరం స్టార్టప్ అవార్డు ప్రారంభించడానికి ముందుకు వచ్చింది మరియు అలాగే ఈ సంవత్సరం మరో 3 అవార్డులు ప్రారంభించాము. సువెన్ ట్రస్ట్ ఫార్మా ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఎక్సలెన్స్ ఇది. సిగాచి ఇండస్ట్రీస్ స్పాన్సర్ చేసిన ఈఎస్హెచ్, భారత్ క్లౌడ్ స్పాన్సర్ చేసిన డిజిటల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్లో ఎక్సలెన్స్ అవార్డు అనే ఈ డివిజన్ జోడించబడటానికి తెలియజేయడానికి మేము ఎంతో సంతోషిస్తున్నాము. ఎఫ్టీసీసీ అవార్డుల పట్ల నమ్మకం ఉంచి మరియు మాపై ఉంచిన నమ్మకమును మేము స్పాన్సర్స్కు కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాము. వివిధ పారామీటర్స్ ఆధారంగా వారికి ఖచ్చితమైన అంచనాతో విజేతలను ఎంపిక చేయడంలో వారి సమయం మరియు కృషికి గౌరవమైన జ్యూరీ సభ్యులకు నేను ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాము. సార్, రాష్ట్రంలో పెద్ద సంఖ్యలో పరిశ్రమలు మరియు వ్యాపారులు ప్రాతినిధ్యం వహిస్తున్న ఒక ఫెడరేషన్గా రాష్ట్రంలో పరిశ్రమలు ఎదుర్కొంటున్న సమస్యలను మీ దృష్టికి తీసుకురావడానికి నేను ఈ అవకాశాన్ని కూడా వినియోగించగలను. మా యొక్క చిన్న చిన్న సమస్యల యొక్క డీటెయిల్డ్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ మీకు తర్వాత మీకు సమర్పిస్తాం సార్. పరిశ్రమ మరియు వాణిజ్య ప్రయోజనాల కోసం వాటిని పరిష్కరించడానికి మిమ్మల్ని అభ్యర్థిస్తున్నాము. ప్రస్తుతం మా ప్రధాన ఆందోళన స్క్వేర్ ఫీట్ బేసిస్ మీద ట్రేడ్ లైసెన్స్ ఫీ పరిశ్రమలు మరియు వాణిజ్య సంస్థలకి ఛార్జ్ చేస్తున్నారు. లక్షల రూపాయల్లో చెల్లించాలని నోటీసులు వస్తున్నాయి. అది ఇంతకుముందు ఓన్లీ హైయెస్ట్ 7,000 రూపీస్ ఉండే, ఇప్పుడు అది పర్ స్క్వేర్ ఫీటు 6 నుంచి 7 రకరకాలుగా వస్తున్నాయి. దానికి చాలా ఇబ్బందులు అవుతున్నాయి. ఎందుకంటే ఆల్రెడీ మనం జిఎస్టీ పే చేస్తున్నాము, అన్ని రకాల ట్యాక్సులు పే చేస్తున్నాము. మళ్ళీ ట్రేడ్ లైసెన్స్ పెట్టి కొత్తగా ఈ ట్యాక్స్ చాలా బాగలేదు సార్. మై హంబుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్, అది ఎలాగైనా తీసేయాలి సార్. అనేక సంఘాలు ఏం చేస్తున్నాయంటే పరిశ్రమలు కోర్టుకు వెళ్ళి ఫీని చెల్లింపుపై స్టే తెచ్చుకున్నాయి. ఆ స్టే ఆర్డర్ పొందడం ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళ వల్ల సాధ్యం కాదు, పరిష్కారం కూడా కాదు, మరియు సమస్యను పరిష్కరించదని మేము గట్టిగా నమ్ముతున్నాం. ఇది 2 పార్టీలకు నష్టము. ప్రభుత్వానికి ఆదాయం రావట్లేదు మరియు పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలకి ఉపశమనం లభించదు. ఈ అంశాన్ని సీరియస్గా కొంచెం చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్ ద్వారా మీరు కూర్చొని ఒకసారి డిసైడ్ చేసి అది ఎలానో స్క్వేర్ ఫీట్ బేసిస్లో కాకుండా ఇదివరకు ఉన్నదాన్నే కావాలంటే దాన్ని కొంచెం పెంచేసి అనౌన్స్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది సార్. అనేక రాష్ట్రాలు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ యూనిట్ల కోసం ట్రేడ్ లైసెన్స్ను మినహాయించాయి లేదా నామమాత్రం స్థాయిలోనే వసూలు చేస్తున్నాయి సార్. ఈ ట్రేడ్ లైసెన్స్ రుసుము తయారీదారుల నుండి ప్రతి ఒక్క చిన్న షాపుకు కూడా ఎఫెక్ట్ వస్తున్నాయండి. ఇంకొక విషయము, విద్యుత్ బిల్లులు కొన్ని ఇతర బకాయిలు క్లియర్ చేయడంలో కొన్ని కంపెనీల ఇబ్బంది వల్ల అసమర్థత కారణంగా మూతపడిన పారిశ్రామిక యూనిట్లకి సహాయం చేయడానికి విద్యుత్ బకాయిల కోసము 1-time సెటిల్మెంట్ స్కీమ్ పథకాన్ని ప్రవేశపెట్టాలని చూస్తున్నాము. ఇప్పుడు అది చాలామంది ఇండస్ట్రీస్ బంద్ చేసి ఉన్నవి, వాళ్ళు కరెంటు బిల్లు పే చేయట్లేదు, ఇండస్ట్రీ నడపట్లేదు, వర్కర్స్ పని చేయట్లేదు, వాళ్ళకి లేబర్ లేదు, ఇవన్నీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఒక్కసారి మీరు వాళ్ళతో కూర్చొని మాట్లాడి 1-time సెటిల్మెంట్ ఏదైనా చేసి ఇండస్ట్రీని కనుక స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే మనకు 18% జిఎస్టీలో 9% జిఎస్టీ మన స్టేట్కి వస్తుంది. ఇప్పటికి చాలా ఏళ్ల నుంచి బంద్ అయిన యూనిట్స్ చాలా ఉన్నాయి, ఓన్లీ ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ ఫర్ కరెంట్ కోసం. అవన్నీ కొంచెం మీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వాళ్ళని పిలిపించి అవన్నీ తీసి మనం కనుక క్లియర్ చేస్తే, ఒకటి డబ్బులు వస్తాయి, 18% ట్యాక్స్ వస్తుంది సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్కి, స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్కి. ఈ అంశంలో మీ సానుకూలత అనేక యూనిట్లు తమ కార్యక్రమాలను పునరుద్ధరించడంలో సహాయపడుతుంది సార్. తర్వాత ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ కూడా పెరుగుతుంది. ఇంకొక ముఖ్యమైన విషయము 2015లో మంజూరు చేయబడిన ఇప్పటివరకు విడుదల కానీ పెండింగ్ ఇన్సెంటివ్స్ ఒకటి ఉన్నాయి. అది ఈసారి బడ్జెట్లో ప్రపోజల్ కంపల్సరీ పెట్టేటట్టుగా ప్లాన్ చేపియండి సార్. చేసి ఇమ్మీడియట్లీ ఫండ్స్ కూడా రిలీజ్ వచ్చేస్తే ఆ ఇండస్ట్రీస్కి బెనిఫిట్ అవుతుంది. అలానే మాకు ఎఫ్టీసీసీఐకి ఈ స్థలం సరిపోవట్లేదండి. ఒక మంచి స్థలాన్ని మీరు ఎంపిక చేసి మాకు ఇస్తే బాగుంటుందండి. ఎక్కడైనా మాకు స్థలం ఇస్తే మా దాంట్లో 3000 మంది మెంబర్లు ఉన్నారు, అన్ని రకాల ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఉన్నాయి. వారికి కొంచెము మాకు ఎఫ్టీసీసీఐకి చాలా బెనిఫిట్ అవుతుంది. మంచి ఆర్గనైజేషన్ సార్ ఇది. 107 సంవత్సరాల చరిత్ర కలిగిన అసోసియేషన్ ఇంత చిన్న బిల్డింగ్లో ఉండటం మాకు ఎంతో బాధాకరంగా ఉంది. దయచేసి మాకు ఆ స్థలాన్ని ఎక్కడన్నా ఇప్పిస్తే మేము కొత్త బిల్డింగ్ కట్టుకుంటామండి. మేము ఈ అన్ని రకాల పరిశ్రమల సంఘాలకి ఎఫ్టీసీసీఐని ఆహ్వానించుకుంటున్నాము. మరియు విస్తృతమైన చర్య కోసం మిమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించమని అభ్యర్థిస్తున్నాము. చివరిగా రాష్ట్రాన్ని పారిశ్రామిక విద్యగా అభివృద్ధి చేయాలన్న ముఖ్యమంత్రి ఆలోచనకు మద్దతు ఇచ్చే రాష్ట్ర అభివృద్ధి బోర్డు రాష్ట్రంలోని ఎఫ్టీసీసీఐ మరియు ఇతర పరిశ్రమ సంఘాల నుండి ప్రముఖ పారిశ్రామిక సభ్యులతో ఏర్పాటు చేయాలని మేము సూచించాము. ఈ వేడుకకు విచ్చేసిన మంత్రివర్యులు శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారికి మరియు మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పార్లమెంట్ మల్లు రవి గారికి మరొకసారి నా హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదములు. మరియు అవార్డు విజేతలందరికీ నా అభివందనలు. ఈ వేడుకకు విచ్చేసిన మీడియా మిత్రులందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలండి.
I request Shri Karnendra Jasti, Chairman of Awards Committee and past President of FTCCI, to give the introductory remarks.
As the chair of the awards committee, I am extremely delighted to welcome Sri Dudula Sridhar Babu Garu and Sri D. Malli Ravi Garu here to this occasion of awards ceremony. Sir, your presence today at the FTCCI Excellence Awards is a testimony to your unwavering commitment towards the growth and development of the trade and industry in Telangana. Industry is the backbone of economy and contributes significantly towards the socio and economic development. FTCCI is playing its role in bringing together government, industry and trade on a single platform. Sir, I am happy to present a brief history of the Excellence Awards. These were initiated in the year 73-74 with an aim to recognize and honor the achievements and exceptional contributions of the industry and trade. This reminds me of a magic pot story in my childhood, which I am sure you must have also heard about. The story goes like this: the people in the entire village were starving. A monk who was visiting them from a neighboring village witnessed their sorrow and thought to make them a soup from his magic pot. All he did was pour water into the pot and put it to boil. Someone from the village waited for a while and said, "Then I'll add some salt and pepper to make it taste better." Another villager came and said they only had potatoes and added to it. Another villager came and added some carrots to it. And similarly, more vegetables got added onto it. And what was an empty pot became a delicious soup. And the whole village had to go without any sorrow. And they did not have to sleep hungry. The moral of the story is the community that works together will never fail. The same is with the Federation, sir. With a humble beginning and the thought to initiate the Excellence Awards, we had many established businessmen that have come forward to institute these awards, adding magic to the pot. And now that we had 18 award categories and the magic continues. This year, 3 new categories have been added, namely Excellence in Pharma, Excellence in ESG Performance, and Excellence in Digital Transformation, supported by industry leaders such as Suven Life Sciences, Sigachi Industries, and Bharat Cloud, respectively. We are thankful to them for believing in us and expanding the scope of our Excellence Awards. Now we have 21 awards in total, which recognize innovation, new technology, research and development, entrepreneurship development, marketing, and others. Coming to the process of the awards, sir, FTCC has an exclusive awards committee comprising experts from various fields entrusted with the selection of the awardees. This year, panel of jury members are Honorable Justice Sri Challa Kodandaram Garu, retired judge, High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh; Dr. M. Gopal Krishna, IAS retired; Sri Ajay Mishra, IAS retired; Dr. Surendra Kumar, former director and senior scientist, ARDE; Dr. Uday B. Desai, founding director of IIT Hyderabad. I take this opportunity to thank all the members of the Excellence Awards Committee and the jury for their dedication and expertise in selecting the best entries of the various awards. I am pleased to inform that this year we have digitized the entire process of applications and selection to make the procedure more transparent and accessible. We have introduced rubrics for each award and created a dashboard for the panel and the jury to provide their recommendations, making their work more simple, precise, and efficient. I thank the Industrial Development Committee Chair, Mr. Srinivas Garmilla, for the energy and the time spent to streamline the process. I congratulate and commend all the award winners for their relentless effort to achieve a significant milestones of success. I also acknowledge and congratulate all the companies who have participated in this celebration. For this, a big round of applause to all this. FTCCI remains committed to fostering a culture of excellence and innovation. We are dedicated in providing our members with the resources, knowledge, and support that they need in the ever-evolving business landscape through various initiatives and programs. Though through this platform, we appeal to the government to engage with the Federation more often and give us an opportunity to work closely for the development of Telangana. Sir, as an entrepreneur myself, I understand that in order to stay competitive in this domestic and international markets, we need conducive environment, proactive policies, good infrastructure, skilled workforce, and above all, an ecosystem that will enable reduced cost of doing business. The economy performed very well, sir, in financial year 24, achieving an 8.2% growth despite global headwinds. This growth has made possible by a series of policy interventions that established a solid foundation for the economy. India is projected to experience a phenomenal growth, and it's imperative for the new government to address significant areas of reform that intersect the state and the center. In addition to the several other requests which our president had already mentioned, the one that stands out is the release of all pending incentives and reimbursement for all the industrial units and different categories which have been the long-standing demand of the industry, sir. It's also recommended that we have a separate industrial policy for thrust sectors with specific budgetary provisions which will further boost the momentum. Sir, it's a humble request to you to call for a meeting at pre-scheduled intervals comprising of the heads of various chambers and associations along with the officials who can bring to your notice the various issues that need your attention. We appreciate the decision of the Honorable Chief Minister for higher working hours for himself and the Council of Ministers to increase the competitiveness of the state, and I am sure this will further enhance growth in the state. Now it's the duty of the industry members to increase their outputs and reap the benefits of their hard work. With these words, I welcome you all again and thanks Sri Sridhar Babu Garu and Mallu Ravi Garu and our distinguished guests for their encouragement and valued presence on the momentous occasion. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all the attendees to making this event a grand success. A special thank to all our sponsors, Radha TMT, Hari Om Pipe Industries, PMJ Jewelers, ICICI Bank, Mahalakshmi Profiles Private Limited, without whose support the event would not have been possible. I wholeheartedly thank the entire Secretariat of the Federation for successfully putting this evening together. Last but not the least, I wish also to thank our earlier CEO, Ms. Kyati Naravne, who made the sponsorship and partnership possible. Thank you once again and wish you all the best.
Pleasure to introduce our guest of honor for today's excellent ceremony, Dr. Mallu Ravi Garu, Member of Parliament. Dr. Mallu Ravi's journey from Snana Lakshmipuram in Vaira Mandal, Khammam district, to a prominent political leader exemplifies resilience, leadership, and dedication to societal improvement. Overcoming early challenges that necessitated a temporary pause in his education, Dr. Ravi returned to academia, earning his MBBS from Gandhi Medical College, Hyderabad, and later a master's in ENT DLO. Dr. Ravi's political career began with significant roles in the medical community. Then he elected to the 10th Lok Sabha in 1991 and re-elected in 1998, and he represented Nagar Karnool and served as the special representative of the Andhra Pradesh state government in Delhi. Currently, he is a senior vice president of the Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee and a member of parliament. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion. And now I request you to please address the gathering.
ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి మన ఎఫ్టిసిసిఐ ప్రెసిడెంట్ మీలా జయదేవ్ గారికి, అదే రకంగా ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి ముఖ్య అతిథిగా వచ్చినటువంటి పెద్దలు గౌరవనీయులు రాష్ట్ర ఇండస్ట్రీస్ మినిస్టర్ శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారికి, వారితో పాటు శ్రీ కరుణేంద్ర జాస్తి గారికి, వేదికలు అలంకరించినటువంటి ఇతర పెద్దలకి, వేదిక ముందు కూర్చున్నటువంటి పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలందరికీ, అడ్వైజరీ కమిటీ వారికి, ఈరోజు అవార్డ్స్ తీసుకున్న వారికి, అవార్డ్స్ కమిటీ పెద్దలకి అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఈ ఎఫ్టిసిసిఐ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో దాదాపు 100 సంవత్సరాలు పైబడి ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని కొనసాగిస్తూ రాష్ట్రం యొక్క అభివృద్ధి ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ప్రముఖ పాత్ర పోషిస్తూ 1947 కంటే ముందు తర్వాత కూడా మీరు రాష్ట్ర అభివృద్ధిలో భాగస్వాములుగా ఉండి రాష్ట్రాన్ని ఈ స్థాయికి తీసుకొచ్చినందుకు మీ అందరికీ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం తరఫున, మా కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ తరఫున ప్రత్యేకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఏ రాష్ట్రమైనా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలంటే ఆ రాష్ట్రంలో ఒట్టి అగ్రికల్చర్ ఉంటేనే అభివృద్ధి చెందినట్టుగా ఉండదు. ఆ రాష్ట్రంలో ఇండస్ట్రియల్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఉన్నప్పుడే ఆ రాష్ట్రం అభివృద్ధి చెందినట్టుగా ఉంటుంది. అదృష్టానికి హైదరాబాద్లో పెద్ద ఎత్తున కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం నుంచి వచ్చినటువంటి ఇండస్ట్రీస్, రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంలో ఇండస్ట్రీస్, ప్రైవేట్ రంగంలో ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఎక్కువ భాగం రావటం వల్ల ఇవాళ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం చిన్నదైనా రాష్ట్రానికి వస్తున్నటువంటి రెవెన్యూ పెద్ద మొత్తంలో వస్తుందంటే మీ యొక్క పాత్ర పెద్ద ఎత్తున ఉందనేది నేను భావిస్తున్నాను. ఇవాళ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రజలందరికీ మీరు ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నటువంటి వివిధ రకాల ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా ప్రజలకి అందుబాటులో రావటం మన రాష్ట్రంలోనే కాకుండా ఇతర రాష్ట్రాలకు కూడా అందుబాటులోకి వచ్చే విధంగా మీరు చేస్తున్నారని మిమ్మల్ని ప్రత్యేకంగా అభినందిస్తున్నాను. ఇంకొక విషయం ఏంటంటే ఎక్కడ కూడా ఇండస్ట్రీస్ కు సంబంధించి ప్రతి ప్రభుత్వం ఇవాళ పోటీపడి ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ని ఆ రాష్ట్రంలో తీసుకుని రావాలని కావలసినటువంటి ఫెసిలిటీస్ కానీ ఇన్సెంటివ్స్ కానీ ఏర్పాటు చేయటం ప్రతి ప్రభుత్వంలో జరుగుతుంది. ముఖ్యంగా ఇప్పుడు రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంలో మన ముఖ్యమంత్రి రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారి నాయకత్వంలో, మన ఇండస్ట్రీ మినిస్టర్ శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారి నాయకత్వంలో ఈ ఇన్సెంటివ్ విషయంలో కానీ లేక ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చరల్ ఇన్సెంటివ్స్ కానీ వీటన్నిటిలో ప్రత్యేకంగా శ్రద్ధ చూపించి ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకొని పోవాలని ఆలోచన చేస్తున్నారు. మన రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించిన ఇండస్ట్రీకి సంబంధించిన విషయాల్లో ఇక్కడ రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించిన సమస్యలన్నీ కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వంలో, పార్లమెంట్లో ఎక్కడ అవసరమైతే అక్కడ ఈ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ సంబంధించిన విషయాల్ని మీ అందరికీ అనుకూలంగా ఉండే విధంగా మాట్లాడి మీకు మేలు జరిగే విధంగా పనిచేయటానికి నేను పార్లమెంట్ మెంబర్గా నిరంతరం పనిచేస్తానని, ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ముఖ్యంగా మీలా జయదేవ్ గారు నాకు ఎంతో కాలంగా ప్రత్యేకంగా మిత్రుడుగా ఉన్నారు. వారి నాయకత్వంలో మరి చాలా కాలంగా ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి నేను రావటం జరిగింది. ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి మన రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రి రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారు రావాల్సి ఉన్నా ఉదయం నేను కలిసినప్పుడు వారికి ప్రత్యేకంగా మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు విజిట్ ఇవాళ సాయంత్రం రావటం, రేపు మన ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు ఆ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూర్చొని మన తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం అదే రకంగా ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రానికి మధ్యలో ఉన్నటువంటి కొన్ని సమస్యలు దాదాపు 10 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి పెండింగ్ లో ఉన్నాయి. ఆ పెండింగ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కానీ, లేకపోతే రెవెన్యూకి సంబంధించినవి కానీ, ఇండస్ట్రీస్కి సంబంధించినవి కానీ, బిల్డింగ్స్ సంబంధించినవి కానీ, వీటన్నిటిని కూడా పరిష్కారం చేసుకోవడానికి ముఖ్యమంత్రి స్థాయిలో మీటింగ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆ ప్రిపరేటర్ వల్ల రాలేదని మీ అందరికీ ప్రత్యేకంగా చెప్పాలని చెప్పారు. మీకు సంబంధించిన సమస్యలన్నింటినీ తెలుసుకొని వాటికి పరిష్కార మార్గాలను కనుక్కోవడానికి రాష్ట్ర ఇండస్ట్రీ మినిస్టర్ శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారు వస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి వారి ద్వారా విషయాలు తెలుసుకొని వాటిని పరిష్కారం చేయడానికి ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు మీకు అందుబాటులోకి వస్తారని చెప్పారని మీకు తెలియజేస్తూ ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి మమ్మల్ని ఇన్వైట్ చేసినటువంటి ఈ కమిటీ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు, వారితో పాటు వారి సభ్యులందరికీ ప్రత్యేకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ నేను సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను.
Thank you, sir. Aptly said that development depends on the industry's growth in the state, and all the industry members who are present here are contributing to the Telangana's development surely. And now my privilege to introduce our chief guest of today, Honorable Minister for IT, E&C, Industries and Commerce and Legislative Affairs, Sri Duddilla Sridhar Babu Garu. Born in 1969, son of late Sri Duddilla Sripada Rao, former Speaker of the Andhra Pradesh Assembly, and alumnus of prestigious Delhi University with a bachelor's in law and a master's in political science from Hyderabad Central University. Sridhar Babu Garu began his political career and won from the Manthani constituency in 1999 at the age of 29. He subsequently secured the seat for 3 consecutive terms. Throughout his career, he has held various government positions, including a member of the TTD board, government whip, and minister holding multiple portfolios. He played a pivotal role in establishing JNTU and a degree college in Manthani. Sridhar Babu Garu is also an advocate for youth and women empowerment. He has a keen interest in cricket, having represented Nizam College and the University of Hyderabad. Welcome, sir.
I'm happy to be here amongst the brightest man over here. I see, BP Acharya ji here. I see Ajay Misra ji here, the revered Gopal Krishna Garu, and all the elders here who have contributed to the growth of the industry in our state, in the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, and also in the state of Telangana. And I'm indeed thankful to Sri Meela Jayadev Garu, who is the president of FTCCI, Suresh Kumar Singhal Garu, senior vice president, Ravi Kumar Garu, vice president Garu, Karnendra Jasti Garu, chairman awards committee, and also Srimati T. Sujata, and all distinguished past presidents of the federation, the jury members, the award members, press and media, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're all here to celebrate and to honor the visionary leaders of the industry who have been selected through the great process, and the panel of jury comprising of eminent personalities. All the members who competed in this are also very eminent in their professions, but the award can go only to 1 or 2 or 3 people. That may have the reason many would have not been recognized as the award winner. So I fully see that, because the competition every day they see, and the sportive spirit they see, and the competitive strength they gain over a period of time to bring in their product and make their own niche for themselves in their own arena is highly spirited. We shall not discourage other nominees, but I hope that will motivate them to win the award next year. And it is also the FTCCI, gesture to create an opportunity for the companies, organizations to assess and improve in the areas where they are lagging, thus leading the growth of the organization in a big way. Our point here is, all the entrepreneurs who are sitting here, all the successful entrepreneurs in terms of the large sector, the medium, small and micro entrepreneurial team who are all here, they made this young state over a period of 9 to 10 years. And in the past, the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh also, with their strength, with their grit, with their commitment towards their vision, has made a remarkable progress. And they made a great contribution to our national GDP. And I really thank and congratulate all the people who are sitting here, who may have been the part of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, or now in Telangana, which made our state to be number one in many verticals of our industry. We are all known for IT. Hyderabad, if you see the state of Telangana, we are more known for IT. In the morning, we have been attending a pharma congress. Many distinguished industry leaders who have come from the global arena have come, and they recognize Hyderabad and Telangana as a pharma capital. And we have poultry also, agri, allied sector, which have contributed to our GSDP and to the national GDP in a big way. So we count number one in many verticals of the industry, and in many areas where we are trying to, all the entrepreneurs over here are trying to excel in themselves. In the times to come, Telangana is a place where we have excellent resources. Resources not only in terms of the energy which is required for the industry, in terms of water which we have from the both streams of our two rivers, and also the greatest power and might is the best human talent available, the skill set available in our state. I believe nobody can take us for a ride. And in times to come, our Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy, including all our cabinet colleagues and our government, are more inclined to make our state a number one state in many fields of your industry. We have a vision, we have a dream. Over the past 6.5 months, we've been talking to many industry leaders, many entrepreneurs, many budding entrepreneurs, and many organizations like FTCCI. And all the organizations who would be willing to cooperate and coordinate, and also would be partnering with us for our state progress. We've all been talking with them. What should be our next step? After 10 years, our Congress government got an opportunity. Just now our respected leader and a very senior leader and a senior MP who recently won the election again, Dr. Mallu Ravi Garu, was enunciating the point. This Congress government over here will be industry friendly. We'll see that whatever the issues which has not been resolved over the past 9 years, we shall take every step and see that most of the problems shall be solved, and our business leaders in our state shall be at ease, and they won't be facing any issues in times to come. So that is the reason what we thought about. We thought about improving our skill set. Our Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy Garu, has initiated to start a skill university, which I am time and again I've been putting across to all these organizations. Everybody knows here we have ample colleges, ample professional colleges, ample diploma related colleges, and ample ITI. We produce lot many students. If it comes to academia, they excel in their academics and they get GPA to the highest score, but still many a time they could able to find a job in the industry. At the same time, industry leaders won't be finding the young persons with the solid industry related skill sets which should suit their industry. So we just thought of how should we fill in that gap. The gap can only be filled when we can literally put our feet. The government should come forward and see that what industry needs, what industry wants, and what academy is producing. If that gap is being bridged, that bridge can only be done by putting a skill university. This skill university will be led by the industry leaders, not by our bureaucrats, not by politicians like us, but it shall be from a team of the industry leaders who knows what to be trained, who gets graduated from engineering college, from BCom, from BSc or arts, or from the diploma courses or from ITI. We just thought about it and we are making the final designs, what should be the curriculum of our skill university. We are working with the industry leaders, and in few months from now, we are going to unveil that skill university which shall be on the lines of ISB. The main intention of our government is, in times to come, our state of Telangana should be the skill capital for the globe. Whoever tries to put it in their industry or their companies or their production lines, if they have to keep the skill set is only available in Hyderabad, that should be the reason and the cause that they have to move back to Hyderabad and keep their investments here. In times to come, this is our vision. In the part of our vision, we are trying to put it in action. So action is really started. And many a time we invited lot many entrepreneurs from our bureaucratic circle. You know, our industry director, Mr. Malsoor, is also here. And all their team are working. How should we put in certain trades, certain skills into that skill university? And we are on the final leg of building the curriculum. On this occasion, I invite all the industry leaders also to give their, very, very precious suggestions and opinions from their side, so that we can inculcate in our course of journey, in the initial stages of our skill university. In the times to come, all your experienced opinions will be helpful for the next generation. So I seek your cooperation and suggestions from your side too. So apart from this, our state, especially we can say that we have large number of colleges, world-class institutions, and English-speaking workforce, and especially if you see the strategic location of Hyderabad, weather conditions. This is a place where most of the firms or the companies for the past 7 months have been seeing. When we visited World Economic Forum, when we visited in recent times to the other part of the globe, everybody are interested to invest in India. We proudly stated that, and we took pride in all your in all your entrepreneurship qualities, that we have a first, the workforce, and second, the favorable weather condition. Third, ease of doing business is very easy here. And fourthly and mainly and lastly, I told to collaborate. There are the leaders of the industry who have all the skills, who have all the experience. They have the strength to collaborate with the big companies like people are sitting over here. This is the offer we have given to many entrepreneurs from major companies who would like to come and invest, who would like to partner with the state of Telangana. So, and in times to come, there are lot many new policies which are going to come. Our friend was just requesting about the new industrial policy. I was just noting it down. He was just enunciating about industrial policy for the thrust sectors. Yes, definitely it's needed. A new industry policy tomorrow will be for a plan, a document for the industries. We shall see the future of the industry till 2050. So we are taking every aspect of our national perspective like sustainable development goals into our aspect and building our industrial policy in a very robust way. So hopefully from 3 to 4 weeks from now, our Chief Minister will unveil the new industrial policy. Especially, we shall give thrust to these thrust sectors what you've been seeking. And, we all know that there is also a issue of MSME. What we have seen as an opposition legislator sitting on the other side of the floor in the House or in the state, what I have seen, what we reflected to then government, that, when the pandemic arose, post-pandemic, we have seen most of the MSME companies have closed down their shops. That has literally resulted in lots of unemployment. So in MSME, only we can create employment. Unfortunately, those governments then lost the sight of these MSMEs, which made many employees unemployed. That's the real reason we just thought over the past 9 years we don't have a robust MSME policy. And we are trying to come up with a MSME policy. And I was just talking to Mr. Ravi Kumar ji and also to the industry leaders over here. What would be the finer points tomorrow for our state of Telangana if we have to promote and encourage MSMEs? You can see tomorrow when MSME policy comes into annual, you will see a new MSME policy which no other state will be seen. We will be working in that manner, and it's not about giving a piece of land for a price. We are also looking out for the lease policy of MSME parks. So that is nowhere there right now in our state of Telangana, and we would like to see that the MSMEs grows. And so for MSME to grow, I do understand and appreciate, this industry should be given incentives, should be given subsidies. But the sad part, I would like to share with you all people, there are past 5 to 6 years, about 3,700 crores of subsidies are pending. 3,700 and odd crores of rupees of subsidies which have been promised have been pending. So the first step of our government, from the day when we have been thinking how to solve this. As you all people know, once we are putting our economy, our finances in a right perspective, I shouldn't take it as a political platform. We are trying to put it in a right perspective. Then governments, what they have done according to their own discretion. I won't like to specify over here whether it is good or bad. We would be discussing over there on the political platform. But here we are now trying to put it in a right way. We are trying to put it in financial discipline. So these are all things which are there in our mind and we are trying to put it. And your subsidies or incentives for this industry which are pending. In times to come, I shall seek the support of our senior MP also. We need the support. Basically, we have to gather the support and also see that the incentives which have been promised by the erstwhile government, we have to bear by it because it's a continuation of our government and the policies. This is a commitment and promise made to the people, and we shall see that in the slow progression, we shall strive to clear off the dues of the incentives which have to be paid. This is one of your demand. We shall keep it in mind, and we shall go one by one, and we don't want to hurry up and end up in a trouble. So whatever the pain points for the industry that you have already brought to our notice, I assure it will be addressed and they will be resolved in a satisfactory way. I understand the Federation may be facing lots of challenges before them because all their partners over there, here, all the entrepreneurs who are sitting here, every day they come up with some problem which you will try to put it before the government, and between the government and between the entrepreneurs. This is the forum where they are contributing their might, their energy, their strength to bring in a business environment, a beautiful business environment to the state. I thank the FTCCI for putting all your effort and see that the state progress in terms of industry. I just learned that FTCCI has prepared reports on cost of doing business and also a ready reckoner on dispute redressal of delayed payments under MSME Act. So we would like to go through it, and I assure all the entrepreneurs and also FTCCI, our government will surely work for the benefit of industry by bringing industry-friendly policies and MSME policy, which shall be first of its kind in the country. I once again congratulate all the award winners who have come and also all the nominees for participating to win the award, and I wish all the best in their future endeavors, and I shall work for your progress. To all the entrepreneurs who are sitting over here, who would like to see them in the business map of India as a niche company product, and we are all here to promote you, and we are all here to encourage you, and our Chief Minister has conveyed this message through me and through our Honorable MP, and in spite of his busy schedule, he thought of coming and meeting all the industry leaders over here, but couldn't able to make it. And we are here on behalf of him, on behalf of government. With these few words, I thank this platform for giving me an opportunity to interact with all eminent business leaders here. Thank you.
With this, we will now start the awards presentation ceremony, sir. I invite our Senior Vice President to give away the vote of thanks.
According to Saint Ambrose, who lived many years ago, no duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. So I am delighted to have been given the pleasant duty of delivering the vote of thanks this evening, that it is filled with excitement to the award winners, hope to the nominees of various awards, and jubilance among the participants. Federation is grateful to and honored by the presence of Shri Didila Sridhar Babuji, Honorable Minister for Industry and Commerce, IT, E&C, and Legislative Affairs, for gracing this ceremony, and thank you, sir, for giving away the awards. Our sincere thanks to Shri Dr. Mallu Raviji, Member of Parliament, for gracing the ceremony and giving the awards. The winners are so delighted to receive the awards from the Honorable Minister and Honorable Member of Parliament. Sir, your presence made the event a memorable one for everyone. Surely this gesture filled the industry with encouragement to excel and achieve. I thank all the jury members and panel members of various categories of awards for their meticulous and transparent assessment of nominations while considering the winners. Nominating to various categories of awards. I also thank my colleagues, Mr. Mila Jayadev, President, Mr. Ravi Kumar, Vice President, and Mr. Karunan Jasti, President of Awards Committee, and past President of FTCCI, for steering the whole award ceremony, and all the managing committee members and past presidents for the support. I thank all the participants who made the evening fulfilled and glorious by your presence. I thank all the team members who worked very hard, putting in extra hours of work to make this event possible and grand success. Notably, Amitabh and Lakshmikar Reddy and their team for doing all the coordination works, Srinivas for all the beautiful creatives, Govardhan Reddy for promotions, and Rajesh for making all the arrangements for a grand way. I thank all the secretariat staff for their dedicated work, and Mrs. Veena, Mrs. Sangeeta, and Mrs. Sujata for their leadership. Thank you all.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.